At the start of the episode, Saki Kanda tries to confess to Haruhiko Takase, but she fails and instead asks to meet with him again the next day. Jun Furuya is approached by Yuki Minagawa about her feelings for him, but Jun is unsure whether to pursue a romantic relationship with her or whether she is joking. Masafumi Akagi, the president of the student council, catches Ryuko Kaji smoking. The next thing he does is ask her for a kiss in exchange for not reporting her, and she agrees. Satsuki Sasahara of the Astronomy Club and Hideki Yukawa, Satsuki's senior, gaze up at the night sky for the last time before Hideki leaves for college. Satsuki attempts to confess properly, even though her previous attempts resulted in her claiming it was all a joke. Hideki forgives her even though she did not confess correctly. The second episode begins with a humorous segment about Jun Furuya's younger sister, Hataru Furuya, being envious of Yuki Minagawa, a girl in her brother's class. Yuki had confessed to Jun in the episode preceding this one. The following section of the story focuses on Satsuki Sasahara's efforts to increase membership in the astrology club, of which she is the only active member. During the episode, she tries to recruit Yuki Kaga, an underclassman who falls in love with her and agrees to recruit her. Takeru Guda, a student in classes 2 to 4, is perplexed as to why the girl seated next to him, Ayaka Kamini, seems to avoid him at all costs. Takuru Sugawara from classes 2 to 4, who has a crush on Chizuru Takano from classes 2 to 4, offers his umbrella to Chizuru in a sweet but heartbreaking gesture that concludes the episode. Although they have never spoken, Sugawara continues to walk Takano to the bus station. Takano interprets Sugawara's confession as a kind gesture to cheer her up on the bus rather than genuinely admitting her feelings because Takano has been complaining about how unlikable she is. Takano has a thought at the end of the episode that she should make him some cookies as a way of expressing her gratitude for the umbrella. Kana Ijima is perplexed why Chiaki hasn't pursued a romantic relationship with her even though she and Chiaki Uchimura have been dating for a year. When she confronts him about it, she discovers that Chiaki is completely unaware that they are dating. Kana's distress is relieved when Chiaki admits he has feelings for her, and the two begin dating officially. Ie Matsuura's confession to her crush ultimately failed. Shinichi Katori arrives and tries to cheer her up, but his insensitive remarks enrage her even more. Following that, Chio Kurihara calls Takao Yamane and asks him for a date. She has feelings for him because she sees him on the train every day and because he saved her from a sexual predator. He becomes flustered and nervous, but he eventually agrees to go on a date with her. He interrupts her confession because he is concerned. Takuru Sugawara finds Chizuru Takano cleaning alone in the school hallway and offers to help clean up the mess. Chizuru Takano accepts Takuru's offer. They're discussing the subject. Chizuru believes they are talking about cleaning, whereas Takuru believes she has realized he has feelings for her and that they are discussing love. Takuru realizes he has made a mistake after Chizuru apologizes and says she will try to improve her cleaning skills in the future. The episode concludes with Haruhiko Takase playing soccer while Saki Kanda stands on the sidelines. Kana is currently reading Chiaki's erotica magazine in her room. Indignant, she leaps onto his bed and demands that if he is desperate, he simply has sexual relations with her. Despite his protests, Chiaki becomes enraged when Kana asks him if he's scared. His mother walks into the room after he has climbed on top of her, making both of them feel ashamed and embarrassed. Ryuko confronts Akagi about the state of their relationship. Although he enrages her and makes her nervous by claiming she is too easy to get, he eventually admits he has feelings for her. Akagi kisses Ryuko while she is backed up against a wall. Jun ponders the confession Yuki Minagawa shared with him. Yuki presses him for an answer, but he simply cannot find the right words. She turns and walks away, leaving him in charge. Through their text message exchange, Yuki teases Jun and tells him she is not in a hurry for a response. Noriko Yoshinaga, Chizuru Takano's close friend, hands her a love letter addressed to Takuru Sugawara for her to give to him. Takuru enthusiastically accepts Chizuru's invitation to hang out with her after school. Takuru tells Tsurezure that he already has a crush on someone else after Tsurezure gives him the letter and explains that it is from Noriko. Noriko is the person he has a crush on. Tsurezure inquires about his crush, and as he describes the other person, she realizes she is very similar to the one he is referring to. When Takuru reveals that he has given up on confessing to Tsurezure because he does not want to be friend-zoned, the two walk home together. Tsurezure imagines Takuru telling her he loves her after he has left, but she convinces herself that this will never happen. Saki sent Takase the confession via text message. Takase, who would have done the same thing, changed his mind and criticized people who confessed via text message. Saki and Takase are heartbroken due to the massive communication breakdown caused by both parties simultaneously sending the text mentioned above. Yuki's childhood friend Kaoru is irritated that Yuki has a crush on Satsuki, hence his joining the astronomy club. Yuki's astronomy club rival is Kaoru. She acts like a tsundere because he appears to be under the impression that he despises her. Satsuki eventually walks in on Kaoru and forcibly steals a kiss from her, making everyone else in the room uncomfortable. Even though they are dating, Ayaka believes Takuru avoids intimate contact with her. Takuru's awkward manner of expressing himself made Ayaka believe he was breaking up with her, causing her to cry. However, it has come to light that Takuru was admitting that he wasn't sure if acting like a boyfriend so soon after they started dating was appropriate. In a joyful display of affection, Ayaka hugs him. Ayaka is one of my favorite characters. She has a way of making crying look graceful. Takuru continues to astound me, even though I'm not sure how someone can be so bad at communicating with others. The vast majority of the male characters are unable to communicate effectively. We can only hope that Takuru and Ayaka's relationship improves from here on out. Akagi is assisting Kaji with her homework, but he can't stop flirting with her, causing her to show her more deviant side. Kana and Chiaki are both surprised to discover that their mothers are excellent birth control. Kurihara and Yamane discuss going to the movies as an option. Nonetheless, Kurihara recalls discussing going to the movies with his one and only friend, Motoyama-kun. The dating expert senpai has reappeared, and he appears to have Kazuko in sight this time. Hataru speaks with Yuki on Jun's phone, and Yuki joins the fun. Takuru is troubled by Ayaka's request to declare his undying love for her. In light of his recent gaffe with Saki, Haruhiko is at a loss for what to do, and Shinichi offers some sound advice. Chizuru is having trouble making sense of her growing feelings for Takuru. Ayaka attempts to become more intimate with Takuru, and they share their first kiss. When Chiaki and Kana learn of this event, Kana wonders why their relationship hasn't progressed in the same way, which leads to Chiaki making an awkward attempt to kiss her. Raiko explodes when Masafumi asks him to fondle her in the library. Kazuko seizes the opportunity to pursue a romantic relationship with Shinichi after discovering him badly injured under a tree. Takuru and Chizuru exchange curious looks in swim class several times. Haruhiko and Saki talk about their recent misunderstanding and decide to become friends again, although they still have feelings for each other. Ayaka is hopeful that Takuru will kiss her again, despite the fact that she coughed during their first kiss. However, Takuru hesitates because he believes the first kiss was too aggressive. Jun has decided to date Yuki but is becoming increasingly frustrated because she cannot be serious with him. Chio meets Takao behind the school to give him some homemade pudding. Tamamikai appears to offer him moral support. Ayaka becomes envious when she sees Takuru with other girls. Chiaki and Kana later notice Takuru and another girl flirting in the park and comment on how much they have changed. Chiaki invites Kana to his house so that he can finally kiss her, but she becomes upset after he kisses her while pretending to be drunk, and they decide to call it quits. Chizuru is distracted during music practice by Takuru playing soccer outside the window rather than focusing on her own practice. Chizuru initially denies the possibility of having a crush on Takuru when Noriko suggests it. Still, when Ayaka describes her first crush on Takuru as similar to Chizuru's, Chizuru begins to wonder if Noriko is correct. Chizuru is even more perplexed after learning from Ayaka that Takure is rumored to have feelings for her. Kana has avoided him since her relationship with Chiaki ended, although he has sent her numerous texts apologizing. Because of her excitement, she drops her phone in the bathtub, causing it to short out before she can read the last text he sends asking if he can call Kana. Chiaki calls Kana, and while Kana's mother temporarily restores her phone's functionality, it dies mid-call, leading Chiaki to believe Kana has rejected him. As the first day of exams approaches, Haruhiko and Saki become anxious in each other's presence. However, Haruhiko helps to calm the situation by providing Saki with an extra pencil lead. Raiko is struggling as she begins her college entrance exams. While her classmate Erika Shibasaki tries to reassure her, Masafumi fights the urge to assist her rather than stay with her. While the second-year boys play soccer, their female classmates cheer from the sidelines for the boys they have a crush on. Chiaki shields the ball from hitting Kana in the head with his face, and Kana begins to cheer for Chiaki. Takure and Chizuru are informed that the others will be joining them on a summer trip to the beach organized by a group of their fellow students. Takure, on the other hand, believes that going to the beach with Chizuru will make him uncomfortable because he has given up on confessing to her. Chizuru is disappointed that he may not be able to go to the beach after all. Kana requests that Chiaki meet her after class via text message, however, Chiaki's phone battery has died, so he cannot view the message. Chizuru and Noriko enter Kana's classroom, where she is practicing her music while waiting for him to respond after school. Kana quickly leaves the classroom, disappointed that Chiaki ignored her. Nonetheless, she later learns that Chiaki stayed at school on his initiative to speak with her. He admits that he thought she would never leave him and suggests they start over. Kana accepts his proposal to go out with him through tears, resulting in them mending their relationship and reuniting. He tells Kana he adores her and invites her to go out with him. Takure, meanwhile, returns to the classroom to retrieve his wallet. Meanwhile, Noriko goes to the restroom, leaving Chizuru and Takure alone to talk. Takure is about to leave when Chizuru stops him and asks if he's going to the beach. He responds that he isn't, but he wishes Chizuru a good time. On the other hand, Chizuru believes that she will be unable to enjoy herself without Takure. As a result, the two of them decide to go to the beach together while Noriko contentedly listens from the corridor. Thanks for watching. If this series is the most liked in my anime recap production, I will make a part 2. Also, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to help me make more content.